All right, so I appreciate you guys and what you guys are doing and definitely sharing your experience because a lot of people don't do that. A lot of people just order IDs and be on their merry way doing whatever they're doing personally with the IDs, which is why we tend to be real strict to how we issuing the IDs and stuff like that. Actually, we've been a lot more lenient than we are going to be because we're going to crack down even more. Because technically speaking, everybody will be obligated to do this sooner or later, but uh, within the next month or so, people are not even going to be able to get IDs before they take a online driving test and a the American National Prep course. So these things have to be on file, and then they'll qualify to get the IDL. Then once they get the IDL, they can get the international driving permit. But for the sake of trial and error and perfecting our processes and stuff like that, we was letting them go for people that seemed like they really wanted them or whatever. Um, and you guys wanted some of the two that, or some of the few that we that we issued out these permits to. Um, but the first to actually come back and give a full fledged testimonial and to share your experience. Now, the screen you're looking at right here, this is the actual the portal, the online portal for the National Foreign Travel Administration. Right now, it's for administrative use only. Soon, we're going to be updating so that you guys have access to, just like you log into the DMV. You know what I'm saying? The online, you can check your driver's license status. Same deal.
Hmm.
So what I was trying to do before we got on the call is see if we can update your IDLs so that when you look up the number, it'll pop up like this right here. You guys see the screen?
Okay. Yep.
So as you can see, he's valid, he's valid, he's valid. You see what I mean? So this is
Hmm.
how we can we have a system that's as sophisticated as the one that we're trying to get out of. You see what I mean? So we're doing a lot of.
Right.
It's not just about passing out IDs. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of back end work to this stuff. You know that
Hmm. It's
to
a whole lot of.
you know now now I'll start off with you. Just go ahead and introduce yourself real quick and just let us know what was your experience. How was your experience with using the international driver's license and as well as the international driving permit?
My name is Ada Whitfield Bay. We just recently obtained our IDPs and then our IDL. We had a trip coming up. We, as in my husband and I, had a trip coming up. We went to Daytona Beach, Florida, the 16th of January. We flew out from Indianapolis International Airport to Daytona Beach International Airport. Um, Flying out from Indianapolis, we used our IDLs as a secondary identification to our tribal identification cards, which only have our first name and our middle name. So our appellation followed by our middle name. Our IDL, on the other hand, has your full name, your surname, your appellation, your middle name. So our airline tickets had our full names on them. Mine being Ada Lear Whitfield Bay.
Okay.
So I had to have an identification card that showed the name that was listed on the airline ticket for Indianapolis International. Because my tribal ID only had my first name and my middle name, they asked for a secondary ID. So I ended up pulling out my IDL.
So they asked you for that second.
They had never seen it before. So they were more amazed by it because I had a tribal ID and then another tribal ID to back it up. They knew the first person was familiar with an IDL, but because what the TSA officer said to me was because it was not issued by the United States or Canada, it would only be considered secondary. But they took it. It was fine. they took us through a separate line. We really ended up getting through the checkout a lot quicker than what everyone else was. Like, we got through the TSA pre-check line. That's the line that they moved us over to. They had someone else come out, do a quick search down. They were like, this is, I can't even remember what he said. What did he say? Like, this was a special, they call it a special something. They moved us over to the other line, put us through the radiation detector, fingerprinted or dusted, patted us down and made sure that there was no residue for bombs, because that's what they really are checking for, is for bomb residue or radiation. And we were on our merry way. Didn't have any hiccups, any issues. Once we arrived in Daytona, we did get a rental car. I will let my husband tell that part, because the rental car was in his name. The reservation was in his name. So technically, he picked it up. I was just there.
Okay.
Flying back from Daytona, the airport is a lot smaller than Indianapolis International. So the ID check was a whole lot quicker. The this TSA agent, though, in Indianapolis, they didn't put it underneath the UV light. They just, held it up and saw that it had a security screen, and they did try to scan it, which they weren't able to scan it. But at Daytona, they put it underneath the UV light, and the lady was just kind of shocked when she put it underneath the light. She kept looking at it, like she looked at it for a while. She just kept looking at it. She didn't even pay attention to the fact that my airline ticket, the original ID that I gave her, didn't have the name that was on the airline ticket. At this point, I had both IDs ready to go just because of what happened at Indianapolis International, with my tribal ID only having my first name and my middle name, but the airline ticket having my full name. So just to avoid having any or holding up the line, I just had both IDs out and available. She took both of them. She put it underneath the UV light. She handed it back to me, sent me on my way. It was extremely simple. We didn't have any issues, any problems. Just really want to thank you for the opportunity to be able to demonstrate.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, because it's extremely important to everybody. That we get the feedback. Whether good or bad. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
What's not, what works, what doesn't, and what needs to be revised, and things like that. So just off your experience right there, I already know what needs to be updated or revised. One revision is going to be we are working to update the scanning technology, where they're able to scan it on their particular system as well. Scan technology varies based on the type of scanner. You know what I'm saying? TSA has particular type of scanners that they use through a particular type of system. Just like the scanners at gas stations, at clubs, and wherever else, they have their own individual type of scanner. But there is one particular type of scan that's more of a universal one. Even though, like, we're almost there as far as with the scan, with the type of technology we use on the back. But like I said, still things that we need to do. But the only way to really perfect that is by going in and trying it and seeing if, you know what I'm saying, that's type.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I did. I used my IDL. I typically use my tribal ID when I go places, just because I'm used to using it, and that's the ID that I've been having for a couple of years. But I've been using my IDL. So when I went to Kroger yesterday, I got a bottle of wine. I used my IDL at the checkout, self-check, and of course they had to do an ID check because it was alcohol. And when the cashier came over, she tried to scan it. She wasn't able to scan it, but she was still able to verify my date of birth and gave it right back to me. And because it looked so similar to state-issued IDs as far as the numbering goes, because of the Vienna conference driving regulations, because it's numbered that way, like most identification cards are, typical state identification cards are, she just looked directly at date of birth and didn't give me any problems. Whereas with my tribal ID, it's something that they don't typically see. It's not anything in bold. It doesn't look like a state issued ID at all. So sometimes people are extremely leery to take it. Well, yeah, most times, like 90% of the time, people have to pull out their books. Like, oh, we don't know if we can take this kind of ID or not. And we wait and let them go ahead and pull out their books because tribal IDs are IDs that are accepted, but we're usually holding up a line when we pull out a tribal ID.
Yeah,
Didn't have that issue when I used the IDL.
yeah, it's so many different type of tribal IDs. Honestly speaking, like I said, that is something that's going to be implemented next. But in general, like I said, whatever form of tribal identification that we provide, we definitely gonna take it up a notch. Honestly, of course, they're great and they're authentic, but especially if it's with a U.S. recognized tribe. But the problem is that typically they don't look legit. You know what I'm saying? They don't
Yep.
have the authenticity and the security feature that they're looking for. That's what they're trained to look for. You see what I mean?
Yep, and that's exactly what it was. It has a security feature, but nothing like the Real ID Act or what the IDL security features
on top
are.
of the fact that we just went to the Real ID Act, so this makes these experiences 10 times even greater now. That because TSA is like on top priority patrol on verifying ID. So
and we got through TSA with no issues. So I'm if TSA is accepting it and letting me get on the airplane, then
yeah. Like I said,
they're held to federal regulations. So
exactly. when we was during the production of the first IDs, which is the ones you have, and then we have a diplomat version. The main priority and goal was to make sure they were good to go as far as travel on the road. You know what I'm saying? While we traveling in our automobiles. Now, of course, people like automatic. Oh, can I use this to fly with? Can I do? I always say, you know what I'm saying? Like I can't say I can't guarantee. I can't tell you what I don't know. Just you know what I'm saying? Like, and then it takes it. Like I said, we have 50 states. You know what I'm saying? We have a multitude of airports. So it's like we need these experiences and stuff like that. And typically, I'm running late when I'm flying. I go somewhere every month, but I'm typically running late, and I just don't deal with the hassle. I just give them what they want to see. But it's like I say, this is major, especially with the new ID Act. You know what I'm saying? With the Real ID Act. Now, like I say, we are going to be implementing the tribal aspect, because you guys just gave validation on that. And one thing I can say that I think from your experience with the first airport is that I think they're up under the assumption that a tribal ID is issued from an Indian tribe within the United States. So because of that, everything has to be either domestic or foreign. That's how it is.
Right.
So that's why we'll accept this as the front, but we'll accept this as a secondary. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why, because they initially accepted the tribal ID, and they assumed that it was issued in the United States. But if you was foreign all the way around the board, or if you had something else that it appeared to be foreign as well, it probably would have been the same. They probably would have been good as well on that end. So that's something we always got to keep our minds in the mind frame of how they're thinking, how they're looking at things or whatever, which I see you guys are doing. But that's about it. So now, yeah, let's move on to his experience with the car rental.
All right, just a moment. I'll come over here.
Peace, bro.
What's up, brother?
Now, he's hearing you from the phone, not from the laptop, okay?
Yeah, my name is Mitchell, Whitfield Bay. And a lot of this stuff is new to me. So I'm experiencing a lot of firsts with the IDL, the IDPs, the tribal IDs. She definitely flexed the tribal ID more than I do, but I've done it more. I mean, I've done it a few times. Before like renting.
You feel more comfortable with the IDL?
Yeah, I'm comfortable with all of it at this point because I've more or less
Now
watched
because of
her
experience.
go through it, and I've experienced so much with her. I'm comfortable with it all at this point.
Okay.
But far as I wasn't even worried about them going to question me about getting a car, um, because of the validity of it and how valid it was.
Mm-hmm.
Like they took it, they asked me for an ID, then they asked for
No, they asked for the zip
a
code.
zip code.
And we said there is no zip
And I
code.
was like, it's no zip code. It's whatever's on there is where I mean, she was like, it's Taiwan. I was like,
Yep.
yeah, use that right there. Like I just got it. So you feel me? I had to tell her I just got it. And basically told her like we had two addresses.
We just gave it to her.
Yeah, like
We just gave it to her. We didn't tell her that we had two addresses. She ended up asking us about the insurance, and we told her that we had U.S. insurance and foreign insurance.
Yeah.
So yeah, just
After that, she asked if we had insurance. Asked who it was with. So the general.
Mhm. She asked if we had United States insurance because your driver's license was Taiwan though.
Yeah.
From Taiwan.
Okay.
So we did have to clarify that. Yeah.
She wanted to make sure she was gonna worry about insurance and worry about the ID.
Okay.
So like, it wasn't no issue. Like
none.
Nowhere we went or used them anywhere.
We used them to check in at our hotel room.
We used them to get a room. Feel me? Like.
And we used them to get a room, and we didn't pay taxes on our room.
Nope. Nowhere we went.
We said we're Native American. We don't pay taxes. Nowhere that we went to eat. Yeah.
Did they ask you for a tax number?
A tax number?
Yeah, we gave them. We told them to use the number on our ID.
We got one on the tribal ID.
But we was using our IDLs all weekend.
Yeah, we used because we kept them together. We used both of them together.
So I just want to clarify. Was there any given time where you guys stood on the tax thing where you just gave them the IDL and told them and use the number on the ID? And they gave
No, we did. In the I did show them both of my ID cards to show that I was a part, just to show the name of the organization for them to put the tax exemption under, because they put it underneath the tribe.
Organization name.
Yeah, and there is no organization name on the IDL, but on our tribal ID it says Yazoo Choctaw. So.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. So, going back to the car rental. Now, typically, when operating in our foreign status, they're supposed to, honestly, actually, it depends. It's a map. I have to send you guys. It has to send this to everybody, actually. Let's say the international driving, it's a map that tells you which states require both the IDL or foreign driver's license alongside to be accompanied with the international driving permit. Some require both, some require one or the other. But just to play it safe, we make it a standard where the individual has to acquire a license first and has to be valid, of course, in our system, and then they can issue a permit, because we put ourselves in the mindset of we're traveling out the country. That's pretty much how we operate, because we actually, in reality, we're moving ourselves out the corporation and coming back in, and leaving the corporation, going back to the actual country, which is America. Mm-hmm. We're coming back in to operate in commerce and do contracts and stuff like that. So, in essence, technically, it'd be a case-by-case basis. The backing would be the international driving permit, because the so-called country that you're leaving from, Taiwan, will issue you a driving permit to travel while you're in Dayton or wherever you're going or whatever. So, so that's typically how it goes anywhere. But we was here, like, if we operate as a regular U.S. citizen, and we go to Jamaica and we want to travel or whatever, we will go to probably AAA and pay them a couple of dollars for the IDP. But we have to have, in order to get the IDP from AAA, being a U.S. citizen, you have to have a valid state driver's license. So you have a valid state driver's license, they hit you with the IDP, and those are the official travel documents you would use in Jamaica. So same rules apply. We just flipped it around on them, and we're coming back and operating inside of the called America.
And just to clarify, we did have our IDPs with us because rules tell us to carry both together, that they're required to be together. So we had them with us just in case they did ask for them, but they didn't ask for it. Not at the rental car place anyway. Nobody's asked for it, but
no, nobody did. But we always try to offer.
Yeah, we expected them to ask for it at the rental car place just because it states on the back of it.
That's standard.
Must be accompanied, by the international driving permit, but. No, she just gave us she was more concerned about the insurance and that the debit card matched the name that was on the driver's license. So his debit card says Mitchell Ross Whitfield Bay. So
very important.
We were good to go.
Very important. So that clarifies something else. All right. So moving forward, we know that we need to make sure all names match all identifications exactly.
Correct.
Yeah.
It'll be so much smoother for you if you have everything, all your ducks in a row.
And then so now we do have our self-bonding insurance cards. So when they ask you for insurance, let them know you have self-bonding insurance. You have private self-bonding insurance, and all you would do is give them your card, and they put the policy number down and send you on your way the same route. You know what I'm saying? So you guys are going to be getting these for free from being, team players and not playing the game selfishly.
And,
we appreciate you. We can't wait to share more.
I really try to share the experience with everybody I know, because I want everybody. I feel like everybody that is willing and ready to learn should be doing it.
This is how we should be operating. That's the only way we're gonna take over.
You said something.
He's a barber, so a lot of his clients are interested. Like, man, why your license plate look like that? And then we got to get into the everything.
Right, you gotta. You know what I'm saying? You know what? The problem is based on what you said earlier when you inboxed me. For the record too, because I don't want people to misunderstand. For the record, technically speaking, we even though we have our cards and stuff like that. There is actual bond back that's supposed to be backing up or insuring us as far as on the liability side. Needs to be on the record. We do need to have our non-UCCs filed on the private property or the public property if you're still paying a car note on it. Those are things that should be done as well for the record, but that doesn't stop us from using the instruments, and that doesn't stop them from working either. You know what I'm saying? But just to put the icing on the cake to make sure we all good when it comes to legally or lawfully, those UCCs should be filed, and we all should have a bond that bonds all of our IDs, the license numbers, your VIN numbers, and all that good stuff. And of course, all those.
That's what we're gonna be getting with you on, because while I do have my non-UCC files, I have like 45 pages worth of the constructive. I have everything in there. I do not have my bond for the silver that we have. So that is something that we will be getting with you on and getting our donation together to get our underwriting together for our bond for our silver pieces.
Oh, day. Now we do, for the record too, for the public, we do have. Honestly, me personally, I don't even recommend, even though of course we can travel without registering the property, especially because we own it or whatever. But I don't even offer that to the public, whatever, because most people are not in the capacity or don't know how to stand on it. So I wouldn't even offer that. You know what I'm saying? Like you guys answered every question correctly. You guys can sound like you communicated everything thoroughly with them. That's why you didn't have no problem. Like you know what I'm saying? It's like that's how you have to operate when you operate like that. You can't be second guessing yourself. You know what I'm saying?
No, you gotta know. Like you have to know. They're gonna pick up on that.
Yeah,
that's what they're trained to do. They're gonna pick up on any any hesitation whatsoever. So you have to be able to stand on your square. Yeah, that's what the TSA agent told us. He says he was telling us how their different security levels are, and how if they don't accept your IDs, he was like, now they accepted you guys' IDs, like you're good to go. But if they wouldn't have accepted your IDs, then our supervisor would have came out here and they would have asked you a bunch of questions. And if you would have hesitated on anything, you would not be flying.
He said that?
Yeah, he was talking to us about a lot of stuff.
Yeah, man. It's like you can have.
You can get through. I'm going next time. I'm flexing the IDL by itself. I'm not gonna have nothing to back it up because I know they have different ways of verification. I just want to see what happens.
Well, we wouldn't need it.
Yeah, we wouldn't need it. I just want to see though.
Yeah, cause we used our tribal as a secondary. We could use the IDL.
Yeah. We're going to Baltimore in June, so we'll have another testimonial then.
Like I said, we're gonna get some.
We plan on having body cams on.
Yep.
Yeah. I got a couple body cams too. Yeah, those are actually one of mine is right here, little body cam.
Yeah, that's what he was saying. Like we should have got some body cams so we can share the experience and people can see it. People don't believe stuff until they see it.
Yeah. Like I say, the TSA experience is major. You know, I don't know if you guys seen my video. I posted something though when because I don't even use the IDL. I use all my only diplomat identification.
I hope you really talk about this video that got me hooked on you. You know what video he's talking about?
No.
The little lady by the police.
Oh. that is the video. So you did see that.
Busted her head to the white meat.
So you did see that video.
Hey, man, that's a classic. That's going down in history, man. You were so cool, though. You were so cool.
I mean, I took it down for a while because I think I was, you know, it was a long night. You know, my cousin was messing with me the whole day. So I was cussing and acting, you know what I'm saying? Because it was him. It wasn't really her. He was clowning me the whole day. And, you know, I don't be out, you know what I'm saying, flash and stuff like that. But everybody be wondering, like, man, what you be on? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you know, I don't be getting all this. Like, you either know or you don't. I don't have time to be selling.
Right, explain holding your hand along the way, man. I got too much work to do.
But you got to understand how classic that moment was because you see he was filming. He wasn't filming for my best interest. He was trying to get me on.
No, he was filming to debunk you.
Yeah, he was talking all type of shit. Then the lady gonna call the officer over there. That was classic.
Yeah.
That dude came over there, looked down in my wallet. He said,
he was like, he good. Walked right away.
Oh, yeah, he good.
Was gone about his business real quick.
Took them tests. We got half off the deal.
He felt like, did he even look at it? Like, wait a minute. He kind of got scared looking at it. He's telling me I'm impersonating no officer or trying to, you a lady, you don't know what you talking about. I watched that video that day like 10 times.
That boy shut his mouth ever since. He like man. He
was on the post. He was like, cuz you got me. Like I didn't believe in the stuff that you were saying, cuz, but you shut me up.
Yeah, so it's a lot of different things. It's levels to it, and it's a lot of different things. We got a lot of catching up to. That's why you know it's like we putting it out there, but we still being real careful and taking our time with implementing and not being not getting settled with where we at. We got to always keep on elevating and perfecting this stuff. You know, because they constantly updating their systems, changing their
constantly. They constantly are making changes in every state. So yeah, you absolutely right. And that's the only way we're gonna know what we need to update is by using it. By doing our due diligence, walking their walk instead of just talking it.
After the next updates to these to the IDLs, we're gonna be next is the passports. You know,
we need them for the whole family.
Yeah, the passports is pretty much they're ready to go. It's all about me just saying, go. But I'm just waiting. I'm real patient. Just waiting, making sure everything is lined up accordingly, and then we're gonna be ready to go with the passports. We're gonna have both the American national passports and as well as the diplomat passports. It's just some kinks I gotta work out offshore first. But that's
all right.
Pretty much it.
Be patient. We right here behind you, waiting to see what the next move is. Like, well, what can we do to help? I'm steady studying and trying to learn. I'm trying to catch up. I gotta get up on this forex.
Oh yeah.
Amir leaving me in the dust, bro. Like, sis, you still going to that job every day? Okay. All right, keep going.
I gotta holler at Amir, tell him put me up on game with that. I tried it, but I don't know. It just
I can't, man. I can't sit down long enough to do that. You want me to sit down and look at something? I can't do that.
Yeah, I mean, if you get taught by the right person, then yeah. But if you have to deal with somebody that's gonna actually teach you how to trade. You know what I'm saying? Teach you system, not just send you text messages like get on. Like the person that's
yeah. He told me he sent me 6 things that I needed to learn and understand. He was like, once you can explain these 6 things to me, I'll sit down with you and I'll show you. I said, all right, I ain't done my part. I ain't done my due diligence. I haven't learned the 6 things yet. It ain't my time, I guess.
Oh, good. But I will tell y'all this, man. Like I said, I be so hungry for people that's just ready. You know what I'm saying? Like mentally, and that's out here. That's gonna help push things to higher levels and stuff. I can't do it all by myself. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. You one man.
It's like I could do a lot by myself, but I can't do it all. But it's like I say, it's people like you guys that will be the first in line when I'm ready to start putting people on that diplomat role.
We'll be ready. Yeah, very much. Any resources that you think we need to be looking over or adding to our repertoire, our library, pass it down because I'm a book junkie.
Okay. So this will do. All
right, we appreciate you.
I'm gonna close off on this, and not tonight. I know y'all got stuff to do. Like I said, your IDs are gonna be updating the system soon. I need to talk to you about the other aspect that we was talking about through the inbox. Then I'm gonna holler at your cousin. I think.
Okay.
He hit me up.
Mhm.
So,
his name's Neo too. His name's Neo too.
Really?
Yes, that's what I said today when I was sending him the information. I said I just realized when I sent this message that both of y'all are Neo and you Neo Malachi, and you see his tribal name is it's similar to Malachi.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna talk off the book to see if we can put something together. Like I say, I'm all open for working with people, and because that makes the job a lot easier. You know what I'm saying? But if I can't work with people, I got to build my own. That's what I've been doing since day one. All this stuff comes from people not wanting to work. So I got to rebuild. So if I put my hands on something, I got to rebuild it. I'm gonna try to make it the best that's out there. And that's it. But hopefully, we can definitely do something together because we can expedite this whole process to the next level. So I'll hit you up just whenever you're free tomorrow. Just shoot me an inbox and we'll chat.
All right, brother.
Peace, bro. Thanks a lot. Talk to y'all.
All right.
All right.